Hello YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all having a really good, miserably hot day. Leo here. We are expecting about 97 degrees today. So yeah, let's go camping. That sounds like a great idea. Well, it kind of sounds like a good idea, sort of. Could be fun. Could be fun. Anyway, I am out. I'm on a little desolate trail, as you can see, in Pike County, Kentucky, as a matter of fact, not far from Maplewood, West Virginia, just on the Kentucky side. Hatfield-McCoy feud territory. Again, this is, home. Home sweet home, my backyard. Anyway, I am way out in the woods and headed on in deeper. And, brought me a nice canopy, nice shady canopy with me. This one here is one that I came up a couple years ago. And, I knew where it was at, liked the spot, all that kind of stuff. Wanted to camp there. But it was really, really trashy. I mean, real bad. And so I went up there and camped and took a bunch of trash bags with me. And I think I bagged up, 7 bags altogether. And I took out 3 bags with my, camping stuff. And the next time I was up through this way with some trail riders, hey guys, you care if I stop by my camping spot and pick up some trash? I'll show you a really cool camping spot. What do you say? This is it. Home sweet home for the next little while. Welcome to my house, guys. Just double check. That way. Sun's gonna set over there. Okay, that'll work. I've got good canopy all the way down. That'll work. And you guys is there. That should be great right in there. That should be nice and shady. Right there's where I want. Right here. Quit playing with the camera. Get the weed eater out. And get to work. Alright guys, welcome to Casa de Leo. Kind of like Fantasy Island, but way back in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm not sure if that makes me Rourke or Tattoo though. If you're under 30, you're not going to get that one, so don't even bother. You're not going to get it. Getting set up. I've got most of the hard part done. I've still yet got all the little detail stuff, hooking the tanks up and my electrical stuff and all that. But I got the hard work part done. It took me right at 2 hours to get everything done, get the grass cut, sticks moved, and there's a little bit of trash, nothing dramatic. A little bit, candy wrappers and chip bags and things like that. But we got that cleaned up and got the canopy up. I got it in full canopy mode right now, trying to make as much shade as I possibly can. Got my little outdoor gaming chair. Got my TV set up. Little fan. We'll just go ahead and leave him on for a minute. It's pretty warm. Anyway, I set up my little time lapse over there and put everything together and just kind of set it up, and had to sit down for a minute in front of the fan and kind of dry out a little bit. That thing has come in handy. But here in a minute, I'm going to hook up all of my electrical stuff. And well, you can see I brought a TV. There ain't no power poles up here. I do have cell service though. I have 2 bars. But yeah, the site looks good. My little spot's all cleaned up. It's nice and cool inside there. It's probably, well, out in the sun. If you step out in the sun, it's actually really warm out. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably, I'm gonna say 93, 95. Let me show you something else I saw over here too. Look at this. Right here, just right off my campsite. Now you want to be careful when you do this. When you approach, you want to look around and make sure there ain't no movement. Alright, coast looks clear. Ripe raspberries. Just a few feet from my tent. Check that out. Raspberries are my favorite. I don't trust blackberries. You can't trust them. You'll be eating blackberries and, oh my God, this is so delicious. This is so delicious. And then you bite one and it's the most sour thing you've ever eaten in your entire life. I don't trust them. If you're going to be delicious, be delicious. If you're going to be bitter, be bitter. Check it out. Just that quick. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is delicious. That was stunningly, that was shockingly good. I'm gonna do that again. That actually caught me off guard. I didn't expect it to be all that. That is cool. There's a ton of them too. Look at that. All the way out through there, over there. I bet there's more too. I bet there's more down through this little trail right here. That is finger licking good, man. No doubt. Well, that makes me happy right there. That really did. That made me smile. That was surprisingly delicious. Speaking of surprisingly delicious, that was totally not deliberate, I swear. I'm going to fix here in a little while. And y'all saw the little stove out there. I'm going to fix some nachos. Well, guys, what do you think? I think we can call this test a success, wouldn't you? Check that out. Excellent signal strength. I've got it hotspot set up to my phone. And here we go. Can't really show anything, you know. Copyright strike. Can't exactly, you know, throw on Jumanji or something. Why not? Pick one of my videos, one of our videos. I can't get in trouble that way. I can play them all I want. Successful test, I do believe. We got TV, middle of nowhere, miles from anything. I mean, you could plug into a raspberry bush, but it probably ain't gonna do much. Well, guys, it is hot. It is really, 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 really hot. Heather, I just want to let you know, Heather, if we ever get remarried, this fan's going to be my best man. He saved my life today. Good dude. About time to get the hamburger out and get ready to start making dinner. Alright, we got 1 pound 1 pound of hamburger, cooked, drained, slightly browned, not too much, just a little, we're ready to add just 3/4, but I'm gonna kind of play it by ear. Aim for getting the consistency right, figure it out later. Doritos. What do you think? Mm-hmm. And the cheese on that. That is pretty good. I'm all being polite now. I'll turn that camera off. I'm gonna take that spoon. I ain't gonna show it any pity when y'all ain't looking. Look at that. Big cheesy bite. That is very good. I have to admit, that is very good. I wouldn't have thought to try. I'm not really a big, I'm more of a meat and potatoes kind of guy, but that's pretty good. Like I'm about to get some shade. Sounds really good. Shade sounds nice. I would love some shade. Thank you very much. Yes, please. But the rest of the night, it should start cooling off here. It'd be a really good night. All right. That was good. That was good. You guys want some? There's a little bit left over. You want some? Funny Doritos. Make yourself right on. Now it's a little after 7 and just kind of hanging out in my tent. The sun has finally, thank God, went behind the trees and started to set. And I was just talking to Heather a little while ago, and I think today is what, 2 days after the summer solstice. So it's like the longest, one of the longest days and hottest of the whole year. But we're all kicked back now. I got my house shoes on. I ain't even got real shoes on. I'm kicked back in my little swingy chair and watching TV. And check this out.
From the inside.
This is for a video that we did. That's the only thing I can show without getting a copyright strike. You know, this is our video. I can't get a copyright strike for this. But this is what we did. This is our newest video where we did the story of Mamie Thurman. Hang on. The ghost pushes your car backwards.
We rolling. No feet. Still going. We're still going.
Uphill backwards.
Anyway, I just thought I'd show y'all. You know, it's actually working. It's actually working. How about that? But this one here, this is one that we did. This is one of the very first ones that, you know, one of the old lost graves that we found on the Legends and Locations page. This was one of the first ones. And we did a sort of an anniversary edition for the young lady's anniversary 92nd year. And we're still holding it 99%. You can't beat that, can you? I really like this thing. I really do like that. Oh yes, this is pretty comfy. Just kick back in my easy chair and relax. Watch TV in front of the fan. This is pretty nice, guys. Relax and let the sun go down. Here in a little while I'll get me a fire going and do some more relaxing. That sounds like a really good plan right there. Alright, we'll see you guys in a little while. Look at that. Last little bit of daylight. The sun's gone. It's set. You can't see where I'm pointing, can you? It's set that way. It's gone. We're ready. I don't know. Let me get in here and get some light turned up. Hang on. Got one right here. There we go. Wood in there. I brought one Duraflame log, but I'm just going to chop it in pieces, you know, and just use the one tonight. I don't need a lot of fire tonight. It's still 80 something, you know, low 80s. I don't need no fire tonight, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you guys. You know, it's not a camping trip. Okay, it's not a camping trip if you don't have a campfire. That's a rule. Everyone knows that. So, you know, we got to have a fire. All right, put that back up there. Hard to do stuff when you got a camera in your hand. I don't know how well y'all can see, but I can see just fine in here. Got my bed all ready. Here in a little while I'll close my windows and doors, which you also can't see. I need to go get a flashlight, man. I can't show y'all anything. I'll be right back. Well, it's about 10:30 and so far so good. Got one little the quarter, 25% of a Duraflame log. You know, you got to have a campfire, you know. But I've got a nice dirt area, you know, cleared out around it. So no problems there. Just a little tiny piece chopped off of a Duraflame log. And to be honest, I probably won't even put any more on it. I don't care. It's still pretty warm. I certainly don't need a fire. Which, you know, it's a wood burning barbecue grill is what it is. I've looked for them. I've had this since the 90s. It's many truckloads of firewood and Duraflame logs have met their demise in this little fire pit right here. But I can't find them. I've looked for them. Someone asked about it, and I've looked and looked and looked and can't find them. But you could take a metal 5-gallon bucket and make holes in it, drill holes. You just want smaller holes at the bottom and larger holes at the top. And that way the flames kind of dance, you know. They don't just coals, hot embers at the bottom. So you get a little bit of flame that way out of even a little bit of wood. Now, before I got all the, you know, diesel heaters and fancy toys, you know, back in the real hillbilly camping days. Lord, there's been a lot of firewood through that thing. But like I said, I probably won't even feed it anymore. I'll probably just let it go out. Ran a few of the bugs off, I guess, though. Got my stuff set up for in the morning. Coffee. Gotta have that. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready for coffee now. Good Lord, look at that one. That was a nice bug. Saw a few. Saw a big June bug earlier when it was hot. I started to go, you know, video him for you guys, but it was really hot. The sun was out. It was midday. I don't want to go chasing no June bugs in 97 degrees in the sun. We'll let that June bug fly. Well, we're still going. About what? Almost halfway through Jeepers Creepers Reborn. A few minutes ago, when I was closing up my tent for the night, you know, closing the porches turn into walls. Anyhow, I was closing them all down. Got that one closed and went around to do that one. Happened to look down right over here in the corner. Tail wiggle. Snake. And sure enough, you know, got to looking. Little brown one. I don't know if it was a copperhead or, you know, young copperhead, or I didn't see a yellow tip on its tail, so I'm thinking, you know, probably just some, you know, random non-venomous snake. But just to be on the safe side, I went ahead and took me a stick and kind of escorted him out that way, out to where the berries are. You know, go over here and hunt bugs, and you know, we'll be cool. But now at the same time, now I'm seeing snakes everywhere. Oh well, I guess that's a good thing I brought the elevated bed, huh? They crawl right underneath you and you never know it. In one side and out the other and keep right on going. You never even know he was here. It's one thing I like I said, well, not one, but one of the things, you know, I like about winter camping. Like I said, no bugs, no 97 degree heat, and no snakes in your tent. He was like right there, right on the other side of that wall, and you can see there's a little sliver of a crack underneath the edge of the tent there. So, you know, he could have came right under the tent, and that's what they're after right there. Wow, check it out, man. That cricket got him a bug, didn't he? Got him a black bug. Huh. Alright, I'm getting ready to call it a night. I'm going to shut things down and go ahead and start winding down for the night, and probably turn in here in about 30 minutes. I'll call it a night, and we will see you guys in the morning. Y'all have a good night. Good morning. Looks as though I survived the night. Getting packed. Got a lot of junk to get gathered up. And hopefully we'll get out of here before it gets to 90. You know, that would be a plus. But still got all of that to do. All of it. Right now, all I care about is coffee. Well, we're all woke up and coffeeed up. Unfortunately, the sun is getting woke up and coffeeed up too. Yeah. It is awful nice right now though. You know, just the sunlight dancing through the leaves and birds and the wind blowing. It's really nice. It is a really, really nice morning to be out here doing this stuff, guys. Beautiful. You know, I mentioned that before, you know, growing up here and, you know, doing the tours here for years and, you know, the YouTube channel out here in it, you know, all the time. You kind of, I guess you kind of take it for granted. Yeah, I've seen trees before, you know, but I don't know, man. Shouldn't be taken for granted, you know, just the beauty of it alone. You know, how beautiful it is. Just that one aspect. I mean, it's just trees and rocks and dirt, you know. But in the right combination, it looks pretty good, don't it? For a bunch of old trees and rocks and weeds, it looks pretty good. Very inviting. There's just something about it, you know, about getting out in the wilderness. Something, I don't know, something instinctual, you know. You just want to be out there doing stuff. Of course, I guess some people aren't like that. Some people hate the outdoors. They would rather take a beating than come out here. Of course, 97 degrees yesterday. It's in full sun. Yeah, that was kind of like taking a beating. But yeah, we took a beating to get here, not take a beating to avoid it. Last night was really nice. I really very much enjoyed that. Morning so far has been awesome. Except for the snake last night. He was right there. There's a little copperhead. I believe it was a little copperhead. I didn't, you know, I didn't see the yellow tip. They usually have a little yellow tip on their tail. But I just kind of took me a stick and got him over through that way and then flicked him. You know, you go your way, I'll go my way. We'll both, you know, that sort of thing. How cool is that? Birds, wind blowing through the trees, raining, little pine needles. This right here is what it's all about. This is very nice. That breeze feels great too. Our little trip out here in hillbilly country and, you know, eating raspberries. I went back to the raspberry bush about 4 times since I've been here. Like 4 times I went over there and just great big fistfuls of ripe raspberries right straight off the vine. I mean, they are surprisingly, shockingly delicious. Just, you know, juicy and sweet, and yeah, they're really, really freaking good. The raspberries blow blackberries out of the water. Make them look bad. Alright, I guess I need to get on out of here. Let me take one more quick peek around. Alright, let's get out of here. little bit of a hill, kind of rutted right up here. Look at all that. Blackberries. Untrustworthy blackberries. But look at that. Look how big they are. Those are huge. No doubt. All right. 4-wheel drive. Probably don't need it. I know I don't need it, but eh. Look at all of them. Tons and tons of berries. Open sky. Last place you wanted to be yesterday, wasn't it? 97 degrees. Alright guys, I guess I'm out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little trip, you know, relaxing, all that good stuff, and hope you enjoyed the battery, the Power Queen battery. That was I was blown away by the thing. I really was. Anyway, they've got 2 sales coming up in June or July. We'll post some information about that for you guys too, if anybody wants to get one. Intersection. My kind of intersection. Alright guys, we'll see y'all a little bit later. Y'all have a really good one, and I guess that's it. Leo out. See y'all next time. Pit stop on the way back out. Look at all these. They're everywhere. Great big ones, big red ones. Look at that. I can't eat them fast enough. That is so good. Wow. Wow, guys. All right. See you next time. Take 2.